Hello, everybody, and welcome to HG Movie Talk. I am your
Hello.
co-host, Harlan. Dean, why are you being this way?
You said hello. I was just replying.
Oh, okay. I wasn't, I mean, that's very sweet, but I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was talking to our visual listeners. Okay, anyways, I'm your co-host, Harlan, or Fluffy Duffy on TikTok, and I am joined here today, once again, by my co-host, Dean, or otherwise known as Dean's Beans on TikTok, if you didn't know. I'm sure you didn't, Mark.
Everyone knows me. I'm the biggest TikToker in the world because
Yes,
I'm
you are.
7 foot tall. That was a
Wait,
little
really?
joke there for you. No, I'm not. Uh,
Oh, you're funny. All right, what are
anyway,
we talking about today, Dean?
uh,
What's the plan today?
we're doing something a little different. We're doing something a bit fun. We are going through every superhero trilogy ever created. If you can name one that isn't on this list, you've just imagined it and it's not real. And we're going to rank them and we're going to talk about all the movies and we're going to decide once and for all what is the best superhero trilogy of all time.
That's a good pitch.
Because it is important to say if you disagree with this ranking in any way, you are wrong because like us two are we have been put in charge. The people in charge of movies have put us in charge of this. So this is like the final decision. And then after this, no one can talk about it again.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen, me and A24 are basically best friends now.
Yeah. And me and
So
the concept of movies are best friends. And they've put me in charge.
yeah. So should we just get into it? Should we get into
Well,
the
how
thick
are we
of it?
doing this first? How are we talking about
Okay.
trilogies? These
So what we're
nine
going to do,
There's a
we have
trilogy of trilogies. I'm going to keep interrupting you.
so
There are
we have
three trilogies,
God, oh my
three
God.
sets of three.
So we have every single trilogy's movies mapped out, and then we're going to go through every single movie and rank them out of 10. And then after we do that, we will rank every single trilogy and how much we like them. However, considering we're going to have all these movies ranked, we're not we'll be able to look at the Raymie trilogy has 25 out of 30 or whatever. We're not going to rank it like that and rank them.
Yeah.
We're just still going to rank them about which one we like more. So
Yeah. Okay. I do have one little question for you.
7.
Hey, Harlan, which order are we going through these movies in?
We are going through order of the first released movie.
Ah, how interesting.
Yes.
Let's kick it.
So let's kick it off with everybody's favorite superhero movie, Blade.
That's not Blade's theme tune. That's Superman's theme tune.
That's what I said. I went the Blade.
If you want to hear us talk about Blade extensively, we have a full episode about this movie.
Oh my God, quit plugging stuff. Oh my God.
I think
you're a monster.
I think there's only 3 movies on this list. 4 movies on this list we've got full episodes on.
Oh.
I think. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Wow, maybe it's crazy.
Maybe I'm bad at remembering things.
Are there movies on this list you haven't seen, Dean?
Yes, there's 1.
There is 2.
Is it Blade 2 and Blade Trinity for you?
Yeah. So that'd be pretty quick. Okay, so Blade
2. Okay, Blade is really good. I think it defined the genre in a lot of ways. This is like the turning point, I think, for comic book movies.
Yes, but also I think the next two released trilogies define the genre way more.
Yeah, but I think they were just building off of Blade, and Blade did a lot of it first.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not saying Blade is better than any of those movies, because I probably would prefer those other movies, but
I think for me, I think this is the ranking I gave it because the movie's good. There's some things that haven't aged well. There are some things that have it feels original.
Yes.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I was going to go 7, so we can should we just say 7.5? Nice in the middle.
Yeah. Good old 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, cool. Blade 2 is the one movie on this list which I haven't watched, but do you know why I don't like the Blade trilogy?
Why?
Trinity. Because there's no Dr. Michael Morbius.
Oh, fair. Give it a 0.
Yeah. Exactly. This movie has a 3.2 on Letterboxd. Compared to Blade having a 3.4. So I don't know. What are we doing about this if neither of us have seen this movie?
Do we just give it the same score as Blade?
Should we just give it a 7?
Yeah, let's give it a 7. Just because we haven't seen it, but we know it's supposed to be good.
Blade Trinity is not very good, and I would give it a 4.
Okay.
This movie has a lot of weird. Have you heard about like the onset drama of this film?
I know. Didn't like Wesley Snipes punch the director in the face or Ryan Reynolds in the face?
Yeah, he punched the director in the face and really didn't like Ryan Reynolds. And why is Ryan Reynolds in so many bad superhero movies?
Well, you don't even like Deadpool, do you?
I like Deadpool. It's just a bit overrated.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Oh man.
Hey, here's an idea. We didn't discuss this before. So if we're giving each movie a rating, what if at the end we give the overall trilogy a rating for like cohesion?
So like how would we rank it out of 30 or out of 10?
Out of 10. Just be like, hey, this movie was like, because I think that's an important element for a trilogy to have, is like connectivity throughout the movies.
Well, see, like I agree with you, but I have no idea when it comes to Blade.
Okay, I agree. Let's just give it a 7.
Okay, I'll just give it a 6.
I've seen Blade 3 and it feels very connected to Blade.
Okay, we'll give it a 7.
Okay, 7. So that brings this up to 7 plus 7.5 plus 7 plus 4, a 25.5 overall score.
That's not that bad.
I mean, we've got nothing to compare it to. Okay, what is the second trilogy we are talking about?
We are talking about X-Men. Okay. What are you doing on the Google Doc?
Hey, don't let them know that we use Google Docs.
Oh, sorry. We use Microsoft Word.
We use like, what's a really expensive word processor? I don't know. Microsoft Word. Okay.
So X-Men.
The first movie, X-Men, is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Have I seen it recently? Yes.
I think I've seen it within like the past couple of years.
I've seen it probably like 2 years ago last.
It's a good movie. It has some good themes. Hugh Jackman is good.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Ian McKellen. It's got the iconic line, what happens when a toad is struck by lightning? The same as everything else.
The only thing I don't like about this movie is Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Because I think Sabretooth in X-Men Origins looks cooler.
And I don't like Toad.
Yeah.
And I don't like you, but you're not in this movie, so that
Good one.
I just couldn't think of another complaint, so I just went for the old classic. I'll give this an 8.
Yep, I was about to say that. I'm comfortable giving this an 8.
Okay. X-Men 2, X2, I should say, is better.
I don't have a good memory of this movie. I know the Nightcrawler sequence.
Yeah, that Nightcrawler scene at the start. Mwah, Chef Keys.
Are we comfortable giving this an 8.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one has better Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, I think. This is one where Ian McKellen's in the prison and like
with chess
iron out of the blood.
So X-Men 2, X-Men Last Stand.
Yes.
I think is slightly overhated.
I haven't seen this one in ages, to be honest.
I think I would give this one I'm not comfortable giving it a 6.5, but I'm not I think we should give it a 7. That might be a little conscious. You don't think so? What do you?
Just like that awful Professor X death that I'm not a fan of.
Fine. How about 6.5?
I was gonna go with 6. I'll settle on it. I'll settle on it. 6.5.
Okay. Cool.
But what's our overall cohesion score? Because I think it should be pretty high.
I think it is pretty high. They definitely keep up with the theme of like mutants or like discriminated against throughout the entire trilogy.
Does the third one give a satisfying finale to this like trilogy? Like, does it?
No, it does not.
So what about like an 8?
Sure, let's give it an 8.
Sure, we can give it an 8. So that's 8 plus 8 plus 8.5 plus 6.5, 31.
Wow.
Okay, both of us have a slightly controversial opinion about this next trilogy.
Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard for me.
Okay, Raymie Spider-Man Trilogy is next. I think that the first one is the best one. And that's an opinion I hold. And yes. And I only realized that when I rewatched them for No Way Home. And I was like, I think this first one's better.
Because I personally like the first one more.
Yeah.
But I think that's from like a biased point of view because I feel like the second one's a better movie, but I like the first one more.
I think this one gives you more of just like a superhero struggle. If you get
the first one?
Yeah.
So what would you give Spider-Man out of 10?
10.
Oh, I'm comfortable with that. Let's give it a 10.
What did I do? I did my top 10 superhero movies recently. And Spider-Man was in the top 10, but I can't remember where it was.
Let's give that a 10, baby. Okay, 10. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Spider-Man.
What about Spider-Man 2?
10. I'd want to give it a 9. So let's give it 9.5.
Okay, 9.5.
Okay, here's the big one. Spider-Man 3. Okay. Okay, we've done a full episode on this movie.
8.
No. I prefer The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He's muted himself. I do. I prefer The Amazing Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 3, which I realize may be controversial. Just The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And when I say I prefer...
Why don't you just stop talking for a second?
Oh, can I explain myself?
No. Just give me a number.
No,
just
when
give
I
me
say,
a number.
Listen, what I'm about to say is supporting you here. It's not that I think it's not that I like Spider-Man 3 less than most people. It's just that I like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than most people, if that makes sense.
Give me a number.
I'd want to go with like a 6 out of 10. You said 8, so I guess that's just a 7.
Can we get an extra 0.5 just for the score?
Nah.
Just an extra 0.5. No, just give it a 7.5, man. Just give me
a good argument other than the score, then I'll give it a 7.5.
The black suit.
Actually, no. Hey, can we make a deal here? If
we give this extra 0.5, you get an extra 0.5.
Yeah, I've got an extra 0.5 in the bank that I can spend on something else. Okay, deal.
Okay. I can deal with 7.5 out of 10.
And I think this trilogy gets like a 9 for cohesion.
Okay.
Just because, he was a bit screwed over at the end there.
Yeah. So what is this?
That's 36.
So this one is...
These trilogies are getting better and better.
Okay. What's next, Dean?
Next is what everyone's going to say, oh, that's the best trilogy. I would probably disagree, so shut up. It's the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yes.
A good trilogy.
Yes, without a doubt. Not as good as Spider-Man, the Raymie Spider-Man.
Well, let's bloody find out. Batman Begins. What are your thoughts on this film?
A excellent origin movie and definitely like a really good starting place for a trilogy. I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. I this is the I think
Who was I talking to that this was their favorite Batman movie?
it wasn't me.
Oh, it was somebody I shot my short film with. This was their
Uh,
favorite Batman movie.
I just, it's not. My problem with all these movies is it's just not comic booky enough, and I don't mean that in a way like, oh, it's not like Batman and Robin. I mean that in a, oh, it's not like the Batman. You know, that kind of comic booky. It's very like, hey, look at me, I'm in my cool armored suit, and and like, I don't know what it is about this movie.
I'm
I'm not.
comfortable giving this like an. I think the highest I'll give this is an 8 out of 10.
I was thinking like, yeah, do you want to go 7.5?
Sure.
Because I was going to go 7.
But do you really feel that Spider-Man 3?
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. We'll go 8 then. We'll go 8. Let's go 8.
I mean, I'm comfortable going 7.5.
No. Okay. Dark Knight. For me, yeah. I'd want to go 10.
Okay.
I have
Here's
a
why I
voice
think
in me, which is like 9.5.
here's why I think it should go 9.
Okay.
Terribly written female characters. Well, that's not. Well, that's kind of.
It's worse in Batman Begins, I think.
That's true. Bruce doesn't really have a lot to do. It's mostly Batman. There's not a lot of Bruce development there.
Yeah, but like now I'm such a big cuck for the Batman. I don't think I can complain about that.
So I say 9. This is 9 out of 10.
Okay, I said 10, so should we just go 9.5?
Sure.
I'm happy putting this on the same level as Spider-Man 2. I think that's
Actually, I'm comfortable with that as well.
okay. The Dark Knight Rises.
Boring.
Thank you. It's so overrated.
I give this a 7.
Yeah, sure. Sure. But overall cohesion, I think I'd have to go with 10.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that as well.
Because like this, I think out of any trilogy we're going to talk about, this one is like the most like consistent a lot of the time and just the most,
Yeah.
like,
I feel like this is easily the most consistent one on our list.
that brings it up to 34.5.
Spider-Man, Raimi Spider-Man is still in first place.
Yes, at the moment it goes Raimi Spider-Man, The Dark Knight, X-Men, Blade.
All right. Next we have Iron Man.
Dropping down some points. Iron Man. I love this first movie a lot.
Yes, me too. I mean, the third act, it kind of falls apart.
Yeah, but does the third act fall apart in hindsight where you're like, oh, every other MCU movie has done this exact same thing? Is that why it falls apart?
Yes, and I think it does lose a little bit of its charm in favor of, big action fight sequence to make the kids happy.
That's true. So it's something I think that a lot of people know. I don't think this is an unknown thing, is that this movie didn't really have a script.
Yep. Yeah, it was not near completion, but
like, so it was a lot of them just knowing what they had to talk about in scenes and them talking about those things. And like, that works great because that works really well for both Jeff Bridges and Robert Downey Jr. I think that kind of style of improvisation really suited both of them well. And I think they both did really good with that. And then in the third act, you don't really have that because it is just an action scene. And I think that's why it loses its charm.
Right.
So I kind of want to go 8.
You know what? Can we give it an 8.5 just because it started so much? I think I'm comfortable giving an extra 8.5.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for this movie.
So do I. It might be definitely in like the top 10 MCU movies for me.
Sure.
Okay. Talking about top 5 MCU movies. This is probably my least favorite MCU movie, Iron Man 2.
What are you giving this? Really, your least favorite? My least favorite's on this list.
Oh yeah, I know what that is then. No, I rewatched it like September, and I just could not stand it. And I was like, this is
really,
yeah. And it's like I know which one you're going to say is your least favorite, and I think that's more just dull than outright like bad, and I think this is more outright bad.
What I'm interested. What is your ranking of this? Because I think I have mine.
I'd probably go 5.
Really, a
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Because I would give it like a 7.
Do you want to go 6?
Sure, let's give it a 6.
Sure. That does put it as the second worst movie on this list with a 6.
Hey, you were the one who wanted to give it a
No, I'm
5.
happy. I think it's the second worst movie on this list so far, maybe.
Okay, let's give it a 6.
Sure.
Skadoosh. Oh.
Okay.
Iron Man 3.
I like this movie. I rewatched this one recently and I was like, yes.
But I don't think it's better than Iron Man.
No, it's not better than Iron Man. And if someone says it is, I'm not like, no, you're wrong. You know, I don't care that much. I'm like, yeah, I kind of get.
Are we comfortable give this an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it gets an 8.
Like just all the complaints about it at the time was like the Mandarin thing. And I think that works. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think it works too, because I didn't really have much of an appreciation for Mandarin. So I didn't really care.
The reason the Mandarin thing doesn't work totally is just because the Adrian Pierce is his name. Is that his name?
Yeah, I'm like that.
Is a bad
villain.
Yeah.
We can say it.
Yeah.
What would we give that for the franchise?
It's tricky because this is the first one that's a part of the bigger continuity.
I think.
But actually, Iron Man 3 does give you a finale for this character. It's just that finale is later ignored. So
yeah.
So we can't really penalize the trilogy for that, I think.
I think Iron Man and Iron Man 3 are excellent bookends, but the middle one is not good. So I think I'm comfortable giving it like a 7.58.
I was going to say 8.
Oh, let's do 8.
Okay. Let's give it an 8. So that's 8.5 to Iron Man, 6 to Iron Man 2, 8 to Iron Man 3, and then an 8 overall, which brings it up to, I must have done that math wrong. That seems low. 8.5 plus 6 plus 8 plus, I can't use a calculator.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got this. Hold on, Dean. I got this.
I've got the number.
Wait, let me just fact check you.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting.
Did you get 30.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's a bit low. But I think at the end, if we really don't like our ranking, we can try and convince the other person to rejig it. And if they agree, then we can rejig it. Okay.
All right. This is interesting.
Okay.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah. This is the Wolverine trilogy we're doing now.
Yes, sorry.
We've done an episode on X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I think I'm comfortable giving this a 4.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. That was easy.
Okay. Oh, this next movie is the movie on this list, which I remember the least.
Really?
I've
seen this movie. I have this one on Blu-ray. I've seen it a couple times.
I think it's really forgettable, but also I don't know the last time I watched it, so maybe that's why it's so forgettable.
I say a 7.
Okay, sure.
Because it's similar to Iron Man, where like the first 2 halves are really good.
Yeah.
But the last third is not.
I think that's the only bit I remember is the last third.
And Logan,
10
I think
out of 10. The best movie on this list, I would argue.
Well, you would argue that. Okay, so this I think the
lowest score for overall cohesion.
Yes, I think this gets like a 4.
Sure. There's no through line in this trilogy.
No, not at all.
So that gets a 4 on overall cohesion, just because none of it is worth anything. That's 25.
Yeah, like this franchise is purely just like a coincidental franchise.
Yeah, this isn't a planned trilogy. I don't think it's not even an official trilogy. This is the one on the list where you wouldn't be able to go out and get DVDs of this trilogy in a box set.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, but I don't think you
Probably.
can. But all the other trilogies on this, you could get them in a box set, I think.
Yeah, probably. All right, next.
What's Hugh Jackman in between X-Men Origins Wolverine and the Wolverine? Is it just Days of Future Past?
No, I think the Wolverine came out 2013.
Oh, so is he just in First Class? Because he is.
Wait, did it? Hold on, I'm not sure. No, I'm pretty sure Wolverine. Okay, Wolverine either came out in 2015 or 2013, but I'm pretty sure it's 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2013. Oh my god, I'm so smart.
So what movie? So is there
Days
any?
of Future Past came out 2014.
Okay. So it does just go, yeah. So there's First Class in between these two movies. Is the only X-Men movies in between them.
Yeah.
So it's funny that how quickly they just went, oh, let's just try that thing again, but like completely ignore the other one. Reminds me of the Suicide Squad. Okay. Next up, we have the Thor trilogy.
I gotta blow my nose real quick.
Okay. I'm gonna fill this time by telling you my thoughts on the Thor, whatever it's called, trailer. What's that movie called? Love and Thunder. Christian Bale looks pretty sick.
Voldemort.
Naked looks pretty sick. I love the black and white world though. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is the trilogy on this list, which will soon not be a trilogy
That's true, but it still counts.
for now.
Okay, Thor 7.
I would go. I don't like that movie. Can we go? Okay, can we go 6?
We can go 6.5.
I'm happy to spend my 0.5 here.
Okay, fine.
Get it to a 6, just because I don't think this movie works very well.
Okay, so we got to now I am no longer in your debt. So let's move on to the next one. Thor the Dark World.
Looking at this list, I don't know what else I'd use it for. Okay, Thor the Dark World. What do you want to give this movie?
A 6.
What did we give Iron Man 2? Yeah, I'm happy going the same as what we gave Iron Man 2.
Which is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is easy. Thor Ragnarok.
8.5. See, that's low or high.
I was gonna give this a 10.
Oh, let's go 9.5.
9. I was gonna settle on 9, but 9.5 works fine too.
No, oh yeah, I feel like I maybe did lowball it. I rewatched. This is one of the ones I've rewatched really recently, like a month or two ago. And
okay.
This always used to be my favorite MCU movie, and it has gone down in my estimations a little bit. And I think it is also just the third act that keeps coming up today.
Yep, let's give it a 9. Let's give it a 9.
Oh wow.
You sold me. That was
just
the third act does kind of fall apart a little bit.
Just because I love everything on Sakaar, but the second you get back to Asgard, I'm a bit like, oh.
You're 100% right.
Okay.
So
overall cohesion.
5.
Sure. They're Thor 1. Do you want to go 6? Because I think Thor 1 and Thor 2 are linked.
Yep, let's give it a 6. Okay, so that's
18 and 9, 27.
27. Wow. All right. Captain America.
Yes, the Captain America trilogy.
So just starting right off, I've seen a lot of resurgence of appreciation for the first Avenger.
Yes.
I don't really feel that.
I think it's good.
I think it's good. I think it's not the worst, but the least good out of the 3.
I'd give it a 7.5.
I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
Okay, Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
That's not what you wrote down.
What? What did I write down, Dean? What did I write down?
I can't say that word. It's a rude word.
Okay.
It's Captain America, the Wiener Soldier.
Oh my God, you are disgusting.
I'm going to do a funny joke. If I remember, I'm going to bleep that out.
That would be really funny.
If I
think this movie either an 8.5 or a 9.
I'd go 8.5.
Why?
I think this movie's a bit overrated. And I don't know if you saw the TikTok I did where I duetted someone going through MCU Blu-rays, well, Marvel Blu-rays. And I'd like give my
No, I didn't watch
on them.
I didn't watch that.
And the biggest comment on that video,
big fan.
I insulted the Winter Soldier. And people no, I didn't insult it. I said it's good. And people were like, whoa, why do you not like it? I was like,
oh, Jesus Louise. No, I mean, I do think it's overrated a little bit just because I feel like it was one of the first genre changing of the MCU.
I think it's just a bit standard.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm about to sneeze.
That didn't sound like a sneeze. I don't think you
No,
actually.
I said I was about to sneeze.
If you go back through every episode of this podcast, you'll never hear Harlan sneeze. So I don't
You
think.
always. Okay, so what do we give? So 8.5.
Sure. This is a
Okay,
high-ranking bloody trilogy. Civil
and
War.
I would give this a 9.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I think this is one of my top 3 MCU movies.
Yeah, I remember you saying that before. Okay, so overall cohesion, I reckon this has got to be a 9.
Yeah, I 100. Yep.
I think it's got such a good because the trilogy is about like Bucky and Captain America, and I think it
You know
really
what?
fits.
I say let's give this a 10.
Okay, sure. You're not going to be happy with the overall number though.
You know what? I think I will be.
Okay, it's 35. One trilogy left.
One trilogy left.
And that is the MCU Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay. This one, I feel like my opinion changes on it every day.
Okay. Spider-Man Homecoming. We've done a podcast episode on this. This is the last of the 4 we've done a podcast episode on.
8.
Okay. I was going to say
agree?
7. I was going to say 7.5, but I'm happy to go with 8.
Because like you gotta think like the vulture scene with like in the car.
Oh, just Michael Keaton. And when he opens the door. Can you remember the first time you watched this movie and it was revealed that
Dude, yes, like
Vulture
that was done. I remember watching being like this. That was done so well. That was
Just
beautiful.
because you're sitting there and you're like really like because it really like you're sitting there and it's like a nice montage of him getting ready and practicing to dance. You're sitting there smiling, all relaxed, and it's so sweet. And then suddenly the door opens.
Oh,
It's Michael Keaton, and then you suddenly your smile just drops and you're like, wow.
this movie's actually really. I like thinking about it. I'm like teetering on an 8 and 8.5. But let's just cut it off at 8.
Yeah, because it's I think it's a good no, let's go with 8. Yeah, okay. Far From Home. My least favorite of the trilogy, but it's still a good movie.
7.5.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is good.
Because I don't think it captures quite the magic that Homecoming was able to accomplish.
Yeah.
But it's still good. You know what I mean? Like it's still a good movie.
It's fun. The Mysterio dream sequences.
Yeah. People hate on that movie too much, in my opinion.
People hate on Homecoming too much. I see a lot of that.
Whatever. They can get over it. Okay. This one, I may have a little bit of a
I'm happy to go over 10.
Cool. Me too.
On Spider-Man No Way Home, that is.
Yeah, on Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay. Overall cohesion.
I give this one like a 7.
7.5.
Yeah, because like a lot of it has to do with what's happening in the grand scheme of Marvel.
That's true. Actually, go down 7 then. Yeah, go down to 7.
Because,
and also, like the finale is like a good wrap up of the previous 8 Spider-Man movies.
That's true.
7 instead of the previous 2, and obviously that's not a bad thing. But when you're ranking it for cohesion, then
right,
it's some minus points.
So then, what is that overall?
That is 32.5. So before we go over our actual ranking, do you want to do a few individual things?
What do you mean?
Like, hey, first one, which trilogy do you think is the most consistent?
The most consistent, Captain America.
I agree. So most consistency award goes to Captain America. Well done. Okay, which one do you think is the least consistent? Like, that one's easy. Like, has the best movie and the worst movie?
Oh, Wolverine.
Yeah. Okay. And which do you think is the best individual movie on this list?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, I feel like we have to. look at the tens we gave, right? Because I feel like with
So the 10s we gave were No Way Home, Logan,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I think Logan for me.
I'm stuck between Spider-Man and Logan. But you know what? I'll give Logan because I'll give to Logan because it this is hard for me to say, but I'm gonna say it. Logan is a better finale than Spider-Man is a beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. I do see that. Logan is an incredible movie, man. I should rewatch that.
We should, yeah.
Let's find a
We
guest.
should do a have we done a Logan podcast?
No.
We should totally do a Logan podcast.
We need to find someone whose it's their best movie. That surely shouldn't be difficult.
We just look for like a Wolverine account on TikTok.
I've never seen a Wolverine account. That's a fun concept. Okay, so going through them overall, Blade we gave a 25.5.
Okay.
X-Men we gave what did we give X-Men?
31.
31.
Which is a good score.
We gave a
36.
36. What's next?
The Dark Knight. Oh, do you want me to read it off for you?
Please.
The Dark Knight we comes at a 34.5.
Yeah.
Iron Man comes at a 30.5. Wolverine comes at a 25.
Yeah.
Thor comes out to a 27. Captain America comes to a 35.
Yeah.
And MCU Spider-Man comes out at a 32.5.
Okay.
Sorry, did I go too fast for you?
No, I just wrote down. Did you see what I wrote down?
Captain American.
I wrote instead of writing down Captain America, I wrote down Captain American. It just made me laugh a little too. Okay, here's our overall ranking from, I'll read it out from worst to best. If you really passionately want to change any of this, then we can debate it and then change it, okay?
Okay.
From worst to best, we have Wolverine, Blade, Thor, Iron Man, X-Men, Spider-Man, The Dark Knight. Second place is Captain America, and first place is Raymie Spider-Man Trilogy.
There's only one I disagree with.
What is in my? There's one I disagree with.
Which one do you disagree with?
You go. You said it first. You have to go first.
Okay, fine. I think Wolverine and Blade should be swapped.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Because Wolverine
Ooh.
Origin sucks. But the Wolverine is a good movie, and Logan, we literally gave the best movie on the list. So I feel like having it in the worst place.
But Blade does have more consistency. But I haven't. It works as a trilogy. But Wesley Snipes is a bad man, so let's give it to Hugh Jackman, who is not a bad man.
So let's just. What do we give Wolverine 25.6?
Yeah. Wolverine gets okay. There's one I disagree with. What? I think you could probably argue me the other way. This I think Iron Man's better than X-Men.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that one actually.
Just because number one, I think it's got like two great bookends for this character.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think I prefer Iron Man 2 to The Last Stand. Actually, I don't know. No, I probably don't. Yeah, we can put Iron Man over X-Men. Okay. Anything else you want to change?
I think I'm comfortable with everything else.
Wow, I think we're going to get some hate for that Dark Knight ranking, but fuck them.
It's still in the top 3.
Exactly. But if you put anything that's Christopher Nolan not in first place.
That's true.
Sorry,
this is our podcast.
Exactly. And also this is the definitive ranking, as we said at the start.
Yes. All right. So do we want to go top to bottom?
Sure.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Go on.
Let's add a 0.6 somewhere to our Wolverine ranking.
A 0.1, do you mean?
No, because it was at 25.
Oh yeah. Sorry, a 0.6.
Let's give the Wolverine make it a 7.6.
Let's make it a 7.5 and then make the cohesion a 4.1.
Deal. Okay, and then we have to make Iron Man a 31.1.
Okay. Do you want to go? Oh. Let's make Iron Man 3 an 8.5, I think.
But Iron Man is better than Iron Man 3.
Okay, make the overall cohesion an 8.6.
Yeah.
Because I think, actually, now I look at this, I think 8 is a bit low for cohesion.
Okay, so Iron Man, so now it all checks out.
Now all our maths, we just went and fudged the number, edited the numbers, and now...
Okay. So,
okay.
Should I announce it?
Go on.
In 9th place, coming out to have 25.5 points.
Out of 40.
Out of 40. Is it out of 40?
Yes.
Is Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen 2 of the movies. So
imagine
if
it
has a more
the second one and you're like, wow, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
Right? I don't think that will happen though. Because there's no Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then at number 8, coming out of 25.6 points, 0.1 more than Blade, out of 40, comes the Wolverine franchise.
The most inconsistent, but also with the best movie. Imagine,
yes,
it's ridiculous that this is in second from last place while it has the best movie in it.
Yeah, so this movie has 2 awards, if you want to call them awards.
Yeah.
Least consistent and best movie, as you said.
Yeah.
So, okay. Then at number 6th place. And at number 7th. And at number 7.
Wait, can I just ask a quick question just to interrupt all of this? Which do you think is the worst individual movie on this list?
Origins.
Yeah. So that's so bananas. Wow.
Bananas.
Don't mock me.
At number 7, coming out at 27 out of 40 points. Thor.
Ouch, I just hit my toe. It's Thor. That was not a good joke.
Thor Ragnarok's good. Thor is fine, and Thor Dark World is boring.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Okay. At number 6, coming out of 31 out of 40 points, we have the original X-Men.
That's a big jump between Thor and X-Men.
That is.
But
because X-Men has a lot more consistency.
Exactly. It does have a lot more consistency, and it has 2 maybe great movies, I would say. All really good movies.
But The Last Stand just isn't great.
No, it's not. Just like so
you got it.
Yeah.
Coming at
I was going to insult you, but I was like, no, be nice.
Oh, I appreciate that. At number 5, coming in at 31.1 out of 40, Iron Man.
Boom, 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 boom.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay,
we're done. We love Iron Man. We love Iron Man 3. Just Iron Man 2 is doo-doo.
Yeah. What? Oh, but now I think about it, Iron Man 2 does have the best performance in any MCU movie ever because it's got Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell, Sam Schmockwell. Okay.
Wait a minute.
In 4th place. This is where it gets a little dicey, I think.
Okay.
This is where I think we might have lost some people on Iron Man, but I think after this 4th place was when the people are going to start getting angry.
Yeah.
At 4th place, at 32.5 out of 40 points, we have Tom Holland's Spider-Man franchise.
Yes. It's just, but do you know what the big difference here is? Do you know why this trilogy is worse than the other Spider-Man trilogy?
Why?
When we get to the next Spider-Man trilogy, I know you're not going to go, here's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy. You're going to go, his Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Have you ever heard anyone call this John Watts Spider-Man trilogy?
Yes.
Well, no, they're dumb.
Okay, can we just stop with this John Watts slander? He's an excellent director. Just his cinematography is just not very inspired. Okay. Have you ever seen a bad John Watts movie?
No. Have you ever seen
Okay.
Sam Raimi movie? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just nothing to it, I think. Okay, anyway.
Okay. At number 3, probably our most controversial ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Not for us. I think we see pretty eye to eye in this franchise,
Yeah.
but everybody else doesn't because they're dumb. At 34.5 out of 40 points, we have the Dark Knight trilogy.
As long as everyone remembers that we're right and everyone else is wrong, because this is it. But now we've done this, no one's allowed to do it again.
Yep. It's cemented in time.
Okay.
This is the ranking.
Also, do you know what my probably most unpopular movie opinion ever is?
What?
Christopher Nolan is so overrated.
Not so overrated. Maybe a little overrated, but like Interstellar's awesome.
Yeah, but
Inception's awesome.
Yeah, I'm Christopher Nolan. I'm a British guy who likes to make movies. Oh, hello. I'm Christopher Nolan.
Excuse me, Dean. What are you going to college for?
Huh?
What are you going to college for?
I don't go to college.
God, I hate you. What are you going to university for?
Film and journalism.
Oh, okay. Last time I checked, aren't you British?
Oh no. Okay, half the reason I've really turned on Christopher Nolan recently is because in one of my first seminars on my uni course with all these film students, we had to go around the room and say what our favorite director was, and 2/3 of the room was like, "Oh, Christopher Nolan." Oh,
What'd you say? Who'd you say?
I said Edgar Wright.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What the other third said?
People I'd never heard of before. Like they're just choosing.
Did anybody say Denis Villeneuve?
So I bet someone would have. Yeah.
I would have said that.
Do you know what was the most bananas thing that's happened to me since studying film though?
What?
It got to somebody and he just went, "Oh, so this guy obviously chose to study film at university." Got him to answer this question. He went, "I don't really watch movies. I just watch TV." And there was just silence in the room.
That's really funny. That's really funny.
And I was like, and the teacher was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, at number 2.
Yeah,
it comes close, guys.
Yeah,
it comes pretty close.
Yeah,
at a 35 out of 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America.
Yeah,
this is one of the best MCU movies and 2 really good ones.
Yeah, I'd agree with all of that, but
this doesn't come quite as close to living up to the number 1 spot. Number 1, do you want to announce this team?
Number 1 goes to I had to argue for this one quite a bit because
you gotta say the points first.
We all know Holland's not a massive fan of this trilogy, so like I had to fight for this. In first place is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh my god, you didn't even say the points. He didn't even say points.
I was about to say afterwards. I didn't realize you had cemented a specific.
Well, because I was gonna interrupt you. You were gonna say the points, and then I go Sam Raimi Spider-Man, but then you decided to be like the worst and say Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man after your whole spiel about how nobody says it's John Watts franchise.
No, that was the joke.
Oh, that was so funny.
Why have we turned on each other? We agreed on this a lot more than I thought we were going to.
I was surprised. I mean, I think I can I will like fight for Spider-Man. I'm not like a C-Jack Spider-Man 3 person. I don't think it's like the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But it's good. And also, you know what sucks about the Spider-Man 3?
What?
They never officially released a soundtrack.
You say this to me.
Yo, because it is crazy. They released a soundtrack for everything. And Spider-Man 3 is like the best soundtrack out of all of them. And it's not released. The Sandman thing, like the bah, 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 bah.
I've heard this so many times. Okay. The thing is,
It's the iconic the Venom.
I really don't like Spider-Man 3, but I would probably say this is my favorite trilogy on the list.
Well, that's why I said number one, obviously.
Yeah. But if like I had to come up with an original opinion about this trilogy, like something I don't see a lot of people talking about, is that I think it's really weird that they never released the soundtrack to Spider-Man 3.
That was funny. That was pretty funny. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If they made The Amazing Spider-Man 3,
Yeah.
and it was as good as the first The Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man, would this take the first place?
No. I
Where
think
would
it
it land?
would overtake MCU Spider-Man.
Okay.
Probably sit in 4th place.
I think it would. I think it would.
I guess it depends on the cohesion as well,
I think if we were to add a 10th one and that was a completed The Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, it would go below Iron Man.
Interesting. Okay, what if we got a completed Ant-Man trilogy, which is obviously never going to happen?
Never. I would.
Morbius trilogy?
Oh, number one. You did not like that. Slight irritated scoff. That's what I got from Dean.
I really don't like this new trend on the internet of everyone pretending Morbius was good. Because I understand everyone doing this trend doesn't think Morbius was good, but I just despise that movie so much that I just can't enjoy everyone's. What have you been seeing the edits of people putting other people in the Illuminati for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
Kind of, but not really.
There's a good Morbius one of that, and when they go, and our final member is the smartest man alive, Dr. Michael Morbius. and then he appears and he goes, "I'm Venom."
Okay, so can we let's just do a quick ranking.
Okay.
A quick run through.
Yeah.
You want to go for it?
From worst to best.
From worst to best.
Blade, Wolverine, Thor, X-Men, Iron Man, Spider-Man MCU, The Dark Knight, Captain America, and Raymie Spider-Man.
All right. I'm comfortable with that ranking.
Me too. I'm glad we came to agreement. We're going to do more ranking stuff like this in a few weeks in different countries. And I think that we will get along less well when we do that.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds crazy.
We're going to be ranking. I'm not going to say what we'll be ranking, actually. I'll save that as a surprise.
For Kyle. Kyle, you're going to be so surprised, man. You're not going to know what hit you.
Who's Kyle?
Dude. Do you don't know Kyle? All right.
Stupid. Can we just end this now?
Oh, Kyle. Kyle. He's a. Hey, it's a spicy meatball.
Yeah,
It's a fire.
Okay.
That guy.
I've got a question. So obviously we put Blade in last place.
Yeah.
Would it be any higher if everyone in it was European of some kind?
No.
Okay.
But do you know what would be better?
What?
If they all sang songs.
Do you know what my joke about Blade was about to be?
Yeah, but I already did an accent.
It would be way better if they were all Italian, because then they'd all just die immediately because they can't be anywhere near garlic. You know the thing that Italian people love garlic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's end this episode how we end every episode.
Adios, everybody.
Song.
This is the end of the song.
We really do just cram in all our inside jokes at the end.
Yeah, because we always either forget about them or we do it so early in the podcast we forget we did them and we do it again.
Yeah, anyway, adios, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Bye. Bye.
If you disagree, you're wrong. Bye.
Bye.